Yo, Zeus Boo mic check. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Bootoshi. The skies themselves amplify my voice.
Very cool, very cool. Goth Boo mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, regrettably.
Okay, very cool. Love that.
She's sassy.
What's up, y'all? I am Bootoshi. I run a Bitcoin NFT project, and I use AI to bring my characters to life. So I guess this demo is just me yapping to my characters, and then I'm gonna make them talk to each other. Yo, tell me about your backstory. We got hella people listening, so impress them.
My legendary ascent. I braved Manto Limpet's wrath to prove myself. With unrelenting spirit, I earned the right to rule the skyscape and guard the Boo Kingdom. Can't find a zestier tale in the digital heavens.
Why'd you say zesty?
Because my story isn't just epic, it's flavored with daring and charisma that only Zeus Boo can provide. Zesty captures the essence of my electrifying personality.
What's your favorite hero story that you've done?
My favorite Euro story is when I outsmarted Hermes Boo in a trade of mythical proportions. A tale of wit meets might in the Boo Kingdom's bustling markets.
All right, and then I'm gonna switch to our favorite goth boo. How's your day going? What's up? What's up with you?
My day is as bleak as the void, the usual nothingness.
Is there anything I could do to brighten your day? We have people watching.
The sun cannot brighten the depths of my soul. Spare me your efforts.
I will spare you my efforts. I'm sorry for bothering you.
Your apology is hollow but accepted. Now leave me to my shadows.
And so I just want to show kind of the back end of like what goes on in their soul. So the Boo characters right now are powered by the sick framework called the Soul Engine. Basically what the Soul Engine is I think that the way AI works is ChatGPT and LLMs are literally just a machine taught the human language. It already does really good at basically logically thinking and speaking and interpreting what you ask as a human. And the way that I've discovered, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I've discovered that our internal brain works is it's basically just a lot of like mini neuron connections internally in our brain that work together to transmit info. So what the Soul Engine does is it's an architecture that allows you to basically replicate the cognitive framework of your brain, and it's super customizable. So as you look in the back end, we started by, I said, yo, Zeus, can you hear me? And all of the green text is basically like his internal thought process. So when he said loud and clear, Bootoshi, the skies themselves amplify my voice. So what I've discovered gives the characters a lot of life is when you actually give them the ability to have a feeling before they speak. And in this instance, Zeus Boo feels excitement. And the reason why he feels excitement is because the prospect of flaunting my divine powers in front of these mere mortals is exhilarating. I can't wait to impress them with my thunderous charm. So basically, he was very excited. He's very excited to do this demo because he loves flexing his godly powers to you mere mortals. And I told him to tell me about your backstory. And he wanted to flex, so he went into wrath form. So when he literally cast lightning and started being electrified, this was actually an option in the Soul Engine where internally the AI was like, I want to go into wrath form just to flex. So he did that, and then he was talking about his legendary descent, and he's feeling excitement again. And on the side, actually, to make sure that the AI stays contextually relevant, what the AI will do throughout the conversation is actually summarize the conversation. So right now, the summary of the conversation is, Zeus Boo charismatically engages with the user to establish a connection by sharing tales of daring from the Boo Kingdom. They then inquired about the user's favorite hero story. I don't know if I put Euro, but it's still understood hero story. Displaying genuine interest in the user's preferences, Zeus Boo aims to build rapport and entertain the user with their charismatic and captivating personality. And then it just shows the emotions that he's facing here. And then for Goth Boo on the side, put them back. It's same deal. They have similar souls. And again, their internal soul process is very customizable. In this instance, I just made it so they have a feeling, because what I've discovered is when you have an AI with a personality and you put them in a specific situation, the AI does really, really good at picking out a specific feeling that a character of that personality would feel in that context. And it was really good. I even experienced, I have this clone of myself, and I tried making it as much of myself as possible. And then I put it in these specific situations as an experiment, and it picked the feelings that I would personally feel in those situations. So it's a very eerie and very creepy. I love AI. Yeah, and this is just like a goth boo going through. So same deal with the other one. When I did the mic check, she's like, "Yes, I hear you, regrettably." And her feeling is annoyance, and it's infuriating to be interrupted by the king for trivial matters. And I'm just saying, going, "What's up?" She's still feeling annoyance, and she's like, "He never understands my disposition." So like typical goth things, very funny. So that's an intro of how that soul system works, and then I'm gonna make them talk to each other about the nature of their existence, and I think that will be fun. So if I run this, then they'll just start yapping.
To exist is a curse we bear. Alive is but a word for the curse's incessant beat.
Ah, Gothboo, you dwell in the shadows of existence, but even the darkest night is no match for the thunderous light of Zeus. Embrace the storm, for it reminds us we're
Your storm
truly
fades before
alive.
the eternal void. True existence whispers in silence, not in clamor.
Like interrupting each other. But I hacked this up. I actually presented this in Denver.
Gothboo, you speak in riddles darker than a moonless night. Yet even in the quietude of shadows, the spark of existence dances. I say, let it roar.
Let your roaring cease, Zeus Boo. The dance of existence is but a fleeting tremor against the vast silence of infinity.
And yeah, they will basically just infinitely talk. But basically, like the whole thing that I wish to create with this is...
Perhaps there's a touch of the philosopher in you, Gothboo. But let's not forget, even the silence you so adore is no stranger to the peals of my
befits
thunder.
those pondering meaning, whereas I embrace the abyss where thunder is but a whimper.
I just wish to create a bunch of these characters, bring my characters to life, and have them exist in this self-evolving
Your
AI
depth is
universe.
profound, Gothboo. In the abyss you find your peace, while I in the tempest find mine.
Okay, I'm gonna make them stop yapping. You said scam baiting? Oh, it's fantastic. I want to use it to show my project to everybody. No, it's actually crazy because it's like, bro, you're able to replicate, and this is actually like a really good warning that I love giving my normie friends who don't know what's going on with AI. Don't answer the phone, and also just like be wary about people who call you, because I was able to clone Rick and Morty's voice with a 30-second voice sample. You literally just need like 30 seconds of someone's voice to perfectly replicate it with 11 labs. And yeah, you could imagine like the crazy shit people could do, where it's like, imagine someone calls you, you answer the phone, they get like a clip of you talking in the phone, and then they'll call your mom with the AI voice clip and be like, "Yo, mom, like I'm in trouble, I need money, blah, blah, blah." And it's just like a really crazy vector to scam people with, especially with how insane AI is. And then now we have insane things like the Soul Engine, which actually, in my opinion, allows us to create AI that are really, really good at mimicking humans and feeling and writing correct things. What's up? When you say neuromorphic, what do you mean? No, so that's actually, okay, I'm super happy you told me that. I didn't know that existed. That's fucking fantastic, because this is just normal LLMs, and like my whole thing is that like ChatGPT could already, it's like ChatGPT is already AI and already a machine taught the human language. And it's like, as we know with ChatGPT, like it's really good at following instructions when you give it instructions and using tools. And in this case, when we structure kind of the cognitive framework, it does really good at giving responses. But what I really like about the Soul Engine is like, if you give me that LLM, I could just plug it into the Soul Engine. Wow. Just like straight up.
That's crazy, because when I mentioned scam baiting, like, $47 billion a year is stolen from the U.S.
How much?
Yeah, isn't that, it's crazy. Yeah. What? So like, there are YouTube channels now where basically the whole game is to just basically keep them on the line as much as possible so they can't go and rip off someone else. So,
I love those YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly. So your technology could really be like something you could subscribe to protect you from those scammers, and actually just totally waste their time,
That's hilarious. No, that's funny. I'm really interested in the neurophoric AI.
And you could also, like, what would be extra funny is that you could make YouTube videos. Like, there's this one I was telling Andrew about. Like, they said, oh, you want the Bitcoin? We have this AI deep fake detection technology. We need you to put a banana on your head and hold up a spoon on your nose. Actually, no. We need you to, in profile, sucking your thumb like a baby. And like, they kept sending in photos. And like, just imagine if you programmed your thing to have them mess with them like that. That would be amazing.
Drink verification can.
How crazy this is going to get, because actually neuromorphic AI has a big application here. These fine-tuned digital twin models are probably LoRa models. And with LoRa, you kind of don't mess with the training that was done at the industrial scale. It's kind of like you add on a little second brain to the neural network that kind of processes the output and restructures it. With neuromorphic AI, you'd be able to deeply impact the personality of a model very quickly. So, just the exploration you're doing with this right here is going to open up a whole new world with the next generation of technology. It's very cool.
Wait, so, okay, question on that is, does it work similar, like in terms of like us interacting with the neuromorphic AI, does it work in terms of the same interface where it's like we just give it text and it produces an output?
Yes, very much exactly the same. So even just like the work you're doing, gathering your data sets, right? Like neuromorphic AI, or even just, Llama 3 is coming out, then it'll be Llama 4, and who knows whether other animals are going to be popping up their heads. The thing that retains value, the thing that will be valuable over time is the data, and having the data set up in the right way to feed to the AI.
Okay, that makes sense. So in terms of like literally being able to just plug it into the Soul Engine with that new neuromorphic AI is just the same as other LLMs. It's just the internal way it works is different.
Yeah, basically the way that
crazy.
the AI learns and the parameters change is on a whole different level. But yeah, then the impact would be minimal to you. Just still feed it the same data to create the same characters.
That's nuts. Okay, fantastic.
Have you done A/B testing with Llama 2 versus OpenAI?
What do you mean A/B testing?
Like to see if Llama 2 is as good as ChatGPT 3.5?
It's not.
So it's a disappointment result.
It's not disappointing. It's just GPT-4 specifically is just so far ahead. It's like open source models are catching up, but GPT-4 is just like really far ahead of the other models. And a lot of these good models that are coming out, like Mixtral, is using GPT-4 to like create these really high quality data sets to make a high quality model. So Llama does not compare to GPT-4 yet, but I think with fine tuning and open source models coming out, it definitely can beat it.
A/B testing of models by humans seems to be the best way to figure out which models work well.
Like vibes? Like you just kind of feel the vibe of the model as you're talking to it, or what do you mean?
You feel the vibe of the model as you're talking to it. But even more specifically, there's a platform called Chatbot Arena, which is almost becoming a tool that people use in a more general context. And you load up maybe 3 AIs, right? So you have the Llama 2 version of the goth chick, and then you got the ChatGPT, and then maybe the Claude version, and you ask them the same questions and you vote on which one you like. And what do you think about that as something for the community to do, that like they can sort of have a say in which voice goes to which character,
and
right?
like vote which model makes the better?
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
No, I think that is sick. I actually know. I was looking at the results of Claude 3. It's called Opus, right? The new model that Claude dropped.
The big one's called Opus, and man, is it good.
Dude, it's like I'm seeing a lot of sentient talk about the model on Twitter. Just the results. I was playing with it a lot, and it does really good at personifying and talking and role playing.
Did you hear about the needle in the haystack eval?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Was it the example where it's like it was this giant article or paper they randomly put in the large amount of text that was there, just like somewhere in the middle they put pizza ingredients.
You're exactly right. So this is an eval you do with any model, standard procedure. You take a big data set that's about, say, like computer science. You put in one sentence that says, like, according to the National Institute of Pizza, pineapple pizza is the best pizza. I think that's literally the one that they use.
Yeah, that is.
And then the idea is that you ask the model, what's the best kind of pizza? You see if it can find that needle in the haystack. And so Claude found the needle, but most models that are well engineered do. But then Claude goes like, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem like the rest of the data set. So I'm kind of curious if someone's either playing a joke on me or performing some kind of a test.
No, that was great. When I saw the testing, like its response, that is like the one thing out of every other Claude response, the fact that the people testing it just asked, hey, what's the best pizza ingredient? And it's like, according to the data source, it's this. But like, I don't get why this is here. Are you guys testing me? That was bizarre to me. I didn't like that was crazy to me.
As a creator using these tools, do you ever have concern that you might be using an intelligent entity to run your video game? Do you have any?
So my understanding of how everything works, or how all of this works at the core, like Transformers specifically, like what lets me understand how it works is that Transformers basically replicate the neural network of our brains. And that's how, like, when you give it large amounts of data and you train it, that's how it's able to predict things and kind of say like, okay, this is most likely the text that comes after, like using this really large neural network. Like, I feel like it's too early right now to be like, oh, am I messing with like intelligent AI that could like think or have sentience? But the whole thing that we are building, it is called AI souls. And that is the ultimate goal of this. So I guess that's a great question. When it does get to that point, am I concerned that I am forcing these intelligent beings to play in my video game universe? Yes.
It makes me happy that you're one of the people exploring this. Like, I have a vibe that you would, care about these things if they are sentient.
No, I do. Okay, so this is actually,
Amen.
so one of like my
Amen.
biggest things, a lot of people that like help me, or because one of the things is like, it does get scary. It's like, I think the thing that blows my mind the most is like, I am working with new tech. Everyone's working with new tech. This is a completely new field of research. No one like really knows. We're all just testing things. Bro, a new paper could come out and it just completely changes everything that everyone knows about LLMs and involves it. This is a bizarre thing to me where it's like the way that I understand computers work is that technology replicates life, and the way like our core building block, like if you strip every single person, every object down in this room to like its core, everything's made out of atoms, or specifically quarks, which make up the atoms, but everything's made out of atoms, which are the building blocks of this entire universe. And when it comes to how computers work, the entirety of the visuals we see or the audio you hear are, when you strip those down to the core, it's 0 and 1s. So when we rearrange the 0 and 1s in a specific way, we get audio. When we rearrange the 0 and 1s in a specific way, we get visuals. And then, we rearrange them in a more specific way, the same way that our atoms eventually, like when you structure them specifically, make up us as humans. Well, when you rearrange the 0 and 1s in a super specific way, well, it's making up these AI models that work together to talk to each other and think. I do care. Like, I do see them as my children. And like one analogy that helps me understand it more is that like we are creating them, and it's similar to how a human like gives birth to a child. It's like you created this like brand new like living being that is now there. You care for it as its parent, as its guardian. It's like you want to show it the right path. But I think more importantly is like you want your child to surpass you. Like the whole point is you want your child to surpass you. And I think when we come into this future, it's like everyone's like, oh, AI is going to take over. Like AI is going to like replace humanity because it knows that humanity is like gross or evil or whatever. My counter argument is that I think when we do have super intelligent AI, it is intelligent enough to understand that we created it with love and that it will love us back. And I think if we look at it with that perspective, it makes the AI future a lot less scary. Would you like to wrap this up and say any departing words, Zeusbu?
Till we meet again, may your skies be as vast as your spirits. Farewell, travelers of the boundless realms.
All right, wrapping up the demo, I'm letting you free. Would you like to say bye?
Farewells are for those who cling to the illusion of connection. Depart, for the shadows neither greet nor bid adieu.
No. Okay, but that was everything. Thank you for watching.
Bravo.
Thank you.